everyone. My name's Jocelyn. I'm an animal communicator and medium. And I want to talk a little bit right now about trainers versus animal communicators and the differences and why you would call one or the other. I really don't know exactly how trainers work or what they do, so I can't say exactly why you would call them. I'm more talking about what the difference is between training and what animal communication is. So, in my mind, you call a trainer because you want to learn how to get your dog to sit and come and stay and whatever, or teach your horse how to trot, gallop, walk, whatever. People call me an animal communicator because they want to understand why an animal is exhibiting a specific behavior. It might be emotional, it might be health related, it might be historical, like they've adopted some belief based on their past experiences, or it might be experiential, like they feel that the neighbor is a threat, so they poop on the bed. That actually happened. They feel that the work person who came to visit the house to give a quote was a threat, so they pooped in the hallway. That has also happened. They felt surprised by the huge dog at the front door, so they went crazy. That's happened. So the difference is that as a communicator, my objective is to find out why the animal behaves the way they do, and then help the people to work with the animal based on why the animal did that, as opposed to just saying, we don't want you to bark, we want you to stop barking. We want you to do something else. So I feel like sometimes what happens with trainers is negative reinforcement. So I've seen people use shock collars and pin collars and all this stuff on their dogs to get their dogs to behave a certain way, not pull on the leash and blah, blah, blah. When really what they're doing is causing pain or discomfort to the animal, which then ruptures or compromises or weakens the bond of trust between us and our animals. So I feel like the approach for animal communicators is more about how to strengthen the bond of trust and understanding between you and your animal so that you're collaborating on behavior instead of dictating behavior. So this is kind of where people can call vets and trainers and all this stuff and not resolve a problem with an animal, which one session with an animal communicator could resolve because it's based on understanding where the animal is coming from. Some people have the mindset like, well, I'm the boss, I'm the leader, I say what goes, the animal needs to do what I tell them. All of that can be true, especially with dogs that are very pack oriented and do have a sense of hierarchy. There's no doubt in any dog's mind, even a dog that bites or is aggressive, there's no doubt in that dog's mind who is in charge. They know it's not them, they know it's the human. I don't know, I can't say that unequivocally because everybody's an individual, but in my experience, even dogs that have bitten a person or been really naughty by our standards knew all along that the humans were the ones in charge. That was not the issue. The issue was how desperate they were, how trapped they felt, how limited their options seemed to be to them, that they resorted to a behavior that they essentially know is illegal. It's sort of like somebody robbing a bank. It's not that they don't know robbing a bank is wrong, it's that they felt in their circumstances somehow that that was a sensible option. In my experience, animals always feel, even when their behavior is super unwanted by us, that it made perfect sense to them. So that's the difference between training and animal communication. Now, that being said, many of my sessions result in sort of homework for the humans, which is to say, if they are trying to alter a behavior in their animal, the session can result in recommendations how to go about that, how to go about shaping or influencing that animal's behavior in a positive way, more toward what they want and away from the unwanted behavior. So that's the difference between animal communication and trainers. And I'm just telling you, we animal communicators, we can save you a lot of money with training because one session and you get like a mindset and understanding of where your animal's at and how to work with your animal. And then training becomes very straightforward and simple and very positive. What we want to stay away from are those negative reinforcements, such as corrections or punishments for unwanted behavior, because all that does is make the animal nervous, anxious, and confused a lot of times. And also, like I said, disrupts that bond of trust between you and the animal. So, for example, you've got a best friend Your best friend does something that hurts your feelings, and the way that you handle it is to holler at your best friend. Don't ever do that again. That really hurt my feelings. Blah, blah, blah. So then your best friend suddenly doesn't feel like your best friend anymore because you've hollered at them. So the bond of trust is compromised by you hollering at them. Whereas if you'd sat down and said, when you did that, I felt this, and all that like therapy stuff, if you talk to them more sensibly, then the bond of trust is maintained. Their understanding of where you're coming from is enhanced, and the likelihood of them repeating the behavior that made you upset is lessened. Same thing with animals. We want to come to them where they are, work with them from where they're coming from, understand their perspective, and that sort of thing, so that we create bonds of trust and love and harmony. Those are the goals with animal communication. Hope that was helpful. Thanks.